The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) launched a nationwide peaceful protest against the elimination of petrol subsidies earlier today. The demonstration began at the Ikeja-Lagos Underbridge and progressed to the State House of Assembly in Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos State, Nigeria. Our correspondent, Esther Agbo, has more details on this story.
The Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) has embarked on its nationwide peaceful protest against subsidy removal on premium motor spirits. The organized labour convened at the Underbridge bus station of Ikeja, Lagos State, and marched down to the State House of Assembly in Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos. Joining the protest was Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, who advised the federal government to immediately review the management of the economy.
To meet the demands of workers, the government will have to review the management of the economy. As long as the IMF and World Bank are allowed to dictate to the government on how to run the economy, we ain't going to get it right. So the government will have to put an end to dollarization of the economy, which leads to devaluation of the currency. The legal tender in Nigeria are the notes, currency notes issued by the central bank by virtue of Section 20 of the Central Bank Act. Section 16 does not permit the central bank to float the naira. Section 16 has imposed a duty on the central bank to fix and determine the rate of the currency vis-a-vis other currencies, and not to say market forces will determine the exchange rate of the naira vis-a-vis other currency. There is already a committee in place between Labour and the government. The government will have to speed up and fast-track the process of negotiating with Labour. The government has promised to increase minimum wage. That process will have to be put in place so that in the next couple of weeks you can have a new minimum wage. And this time around, it must be a living minimum wage so that the take-home of workers can take them home.
The Nigerian Labour Congress members asked the federal government to, with immediate effect, deal decisively with the effect of the subsidy removal.
Well, you are all Nigerians, you know the implication of the twin policies of fuel price increase and unified exchange rate, which tactically means devaluation of naira. Since those policies came to life, it's been very difficult for Nigerian people. Cost of food items, housing, healthcare has gone very high up. The cost of transportation has become practically impossible for people to commute from home to work. And as labor organization, our primary purpose is to fight for the welfare of our members. So we've been engaging government, hoping that government will be able to decisively address the implication of these policies. On June 5, we had an agreement and understanding that government will be able to begin the process of wage review, in the immediate be able to do something, and then later be able to also review the minimum wage. The demands are pure. We respect the agreement you enter with Labour on June 5. Fix the local refineries, because once we fix the local refineries and we're producing petrol locally, the prices will automatically come down. Take a second look at some of the policies like the devaluation of the naira, so that you come up with policies that will benefit the Nigerian people. Because as it is, most of the policies are powered and propelled by the demand of institutions like IMF and World Bank. And so we believe that government needs to moderate the expectation of these external funders and hear the cries of very ordinary Nigerians.
So if the government is prepared to comply with the rule of law, enforce the provisions of the Central Bank Act, allow our country to control its economy, and not hand over the economy to IMF and World Bank, my sister, there can be no basis to allow some landlords to collect dollars in Nigeria as rents. There can be no basis to collect school fees in Nigeria in dollars. There can be no justification, right, for paying for certain services in dollars in our country.
Officials of the DSS and the Nigerian police force were seen at various points to prevent a possible hijack of the protest by non-state actors. Esther Agbo, KAFTAN Television, Lagos.